Okay, this is going to be a presentation for Dorian Bahr Textiles, and these are all products that are going into our showrooms, for representative showrooms. And the point basically is I'm trying to kind of educate you on each of the products that we have, so you can kind of get a feel for why we created the fabric, some of the selling features about the fabric. So it'll give you some better tools in order to sell with yourself and meeting with your clients. So one thing that Dorian Bahr Textiles, we started in 1995, and our deal was to be a boutique line of unique fabrics, a lot of natural fibers, but we have collections within collections. So color-wise, we use a restraint of color, so you're not going to see a lot of strong colors with Dorian Bahr. That is not our look. We have a lot of natural fibers and also a lot of washable materials. So one thing that we do try to do is make sure that the fabric is serviceable. It's not just pretty. You can actually use it and not have to worry about it. So I think that's kind of how people live this day and age. So we have a lot to go through, so I'm going to try to speed through this, so I hope I don't rush it too much. Now, our first collection is going to be our sheers. And I know a lot of people say we don't do sheers, you know, but I'm sorry, sheers are incredible. We do an extra wide sheer, and it's part of our Fat Cat fabric collection. And this is our Fat Cat, so anyway, you'll see it actually pictured on most of our fabrics. I actually posed for this. This is my look on a Monday morning. So anyway, not the happiest, but typical for a cat. So anyway, so kind of take a look at that. But these fabrics are all extra wide. And so when I say extra wide, they're going to be 110 inches in width or wider. So the nice thing also about these is they can be used indoor or outdoor. I actually used one that's just coming up here at my own home. This is a pleated version. This one you will need to railroad it, so it will need to run side to side because of the pleating. It does not do well running it up the actual window. Here in the bronze is probably our best-selling colorway in it. And you'll see it's a kind of a metallic finish. But another way to do this, I did an install where we actually did a linen behind it, and this is the face of the fabric. And so it gave kind of a texture to it. So not just for sheers, you can actually use it in other applications by actually lining it. Now, several of them are going to be in patterns. This is our portico, again, extra wide. One of my favorites is our Guggenheim, which just beautiful in the geometrics. And another one, Kaleidoscope, which we've been playing around with this one in other colors too. Usually lighter colors for sheers because of the fact that you don't want to be seeing color through your windows from the street. So great one there. A new one, scaled up. This is our eccentric circles. I think this has about a 26-inch repeat on it. So in a large circle design here in the taupes. And our best selling out of all of them is our Equilibrium. And this one, we've ran it both directions. So in a lot of these, they can run both directions. So you can run this on the fold. So if you have two-story windows, a lot of, the beautiful high-rise living has the 2 stories. So you can actually use this and run it up the window, and you have very little seaming going on because of the extra wide goods. So that's something to keep in mind. And we have photographs on all of these, on many of them, that, actually installations where you can actually get a feel for what they actually look like installed. So if you can contact us, we'll be happy to send that to you. This is our block, a little more structured. In contemporary, a little more whimsical with the dragonflies and our arabesque. And then some other lighter weight items. This is a mercerized cotton. It actually does penetrate light, or it can be used with a lining for a drapery, and it's our Harlow satin. And priced well. I think this is in the 20-30 range, somewhere in there. These others are going to run in the 50 range for the extra wide goods. And one of our classics, this is our linen and cotton blend. It's 80% linen, 20% cotton. And this has been just a great seller over the years for somebody that's looking for a nice linen look. Also makes beautiful flat fold Roman shades. So another great option out of it. Lined or unlined, I like it both ways. And for those that are a little scared of linen, we have our Lucent here, which is actually, it's a polyester, but it does have a nice linen-y texture to it. Priced very well. It is also in an extra wet. And then something you'll see for us that we have numerous different weaves in linen. And these we have in the champagne and also in the white. And there's nothing like white linen. It's just classic. And I think these are running in the like $22 range, so the price point is exceptional. So very happy about that. This has been a great seller. Another great one for flat fold Roman shades. You'll see it has some nice firmness to it. It is 100% linen. It is a Russian linen. And another one here with a soft woven design to it. So these will all fall into our sheers and casements. One of my favorites, this is a wool chalet, and it is 100% wool. And you just don't see a lot of these. This is running in the upper 40s, I believe, which should be considerably higher. It is something we have on our limited stock program, as well as this, which is 100% Irish handkerchief linen. And this one, you look at it and it wrinkles. So anyway, you have to be prepared when we send this off to have this fabricated. It does wrinkle, but that's the beauty of it. And those that understand linen will appreciate that. Another woven linen we have here, again, I think coming in at $22 a yard. And that concludes all of our linens and casements. So most are extra wide, a few are in the, in the 54-inch range. Now, prints. We have a nice collection of prints. You'll start out this one here, which is Paradiso. And I used to represent a Benison, which was out of England, which is this wonderful old English aged linen. So that's something that I'm very hungry for. So you're going to see kind of that feel on many of these. These are 54-inch wide. They are going to net in the 50 to 60 range. The Baroque and the beautiful bronze coloration. This one definitely has a Benison feel, and this soft aged look in the Marquisette in our sage coloration. There is a nice urn in that one there. And then our Terrydale, which comes in a total of 3 colorations. The soft sage, the gold, into your rust. But you can see here, many of these are going to work very nicely with some of the other wovens you'll see coming up. Santa Fe, 2 colorations on this, our rust, and then also our red and green, all 100% linen. So everything that you're seeing here is all linen. Casablanca has been one of our best sellers, and definitely this coloration here with the silver and the linen, natural linen ground. You can see here the screening on it, and these are exclusive to Dorian Bahr now. And Marsala for your blue lover. And I love the fact that it's done on a very soft linen ground. So anyway, it gives it a little more casual approach to it. And then for a brighter, brisker color combination, we have our Roxton. And one of the things that I tried to create is some smaller designs. I mean, you see the larger designs, but you don't find a lot of prints that are in a small scale anymore. And I remember back in the late 80s, they were, it was kind of popular, and then they went out of fashion. But this is the typical stripe that we've created in kind of a ticking stripe, but you'll notice that it's actually antiqued. So you don't have that busyness that it starts to spin on your eyes, because we actually break it in the screening process. And I think I have 3 colors here. There actually is a couple more colors. And for a minimum amount of yardage, we can screen this for you on other colored grounds. We can do it on a different type of ground if you wanted to do it on a velvet or something else, which you can see here. Our Garbo. I love this one also. Now you'll see this has an aged fill. This is on 100% cotton velvet. And this can be done for upholstery, it can be done for drapery. It's a beautiful weight. And this is one of our own designs. Yeah, they're in the soft kind of greeny blues. And those are our prints. So you can see that our print collection is aged, and it has kind of its own distinctive look. I think you know, it has a nice casual feel to it. Their prints I don't think you'll grow tired of quite as much as some of the stronger prints that are a little more dominant. Now, we also do some interesting wovens that are what we call our basic cloths. This is a Turkish terry, and it is a nice heavy weighted Turkish terry. So anyway, this one is wonderful to do for slip covers. It's great to monogram. Say if you're covering, you know, chair seats, or say if you're doing a outdoor area where you're wanting something very serviceable. And then we have some of our fun fabrics that we've created. This is linen and wool. This is our Maybelline with the eyelashes, so a little play on name. And coming in two colors, our Caterpillar, which coordinates off of it. And again, this is linen. And I believe this is woven in France for us. And then we have a wool cloth that actually runs on it, which has the feel of a caterpillar. That's where that comes in. And then lastly, out of that grouping is our candy stripe. And candy stripe comes in 4 different colors, so you either have a white ground or you have the neutral ground, and then you'll see we have the satin ribbons that are sewn together. So beautiful fabric. I actually did an install on this where we did pillows out of it. It was just a small job, but they mitered it together and created a beautiful faceplate on pillows, so it's a lot of fun. So great look there. Now, there are a lot of good basics you're going to find in our line that we're going to have at exceptional price points. These are all going to be in the $20 range. These are considerably less than what we used to sell them for. So we have a lot of yardage. We have over 5,000 yards in our warehouse. So anyway, so what we've decided to do is bring some of these items into the showrooms and go ahead and offer them to you and your clients. So, you know, you're looking for somebody that needs a lot of yardage, you need to look through Dorian Bahr, because you may find some fabrics in here that will, you know, get you into your price point that you're looking to be in that you normally wouldn't be able to get for that particular fabric. This one is one of my favorites. This is our Hepburn tweed, and it is a linen with a little poly in it. We've actually added the polyester, which makes it a little more serviceable. Doesn't wrinkle as much, and it's priced, I think, in the mid-30s is where we're running at, and comes in, I believe, 13 colorations. So these are good staples. They're what we call our bread and butter fabrics, just like a good old Irish linen. And this is our chocolate linen, and this we do have other colors in, but we have a special price point on this one right now because I have, I think, of 200, 300 yards in stock. So anyway, so those are going to be some of the basics. Now, a dominant part of our line are wovens, so we're going to go into our wovens. And hold on here, let me get this right side up. This is one we've won an award on. This is our Fiji. And it's a very interesting weave, yet it is a thicker fabric, and it's mixing different types of weaves because you're seeing a different type of chenille yarn with a tighter weave compared to it there. Beautiful upholstery on this. The pattern is very soft and subtle, and you'll find this also on several others. This is woven in Italy for us, and it's, let's see, I guess 100% cotton on that one. Another one here, which is reversible. You can use front or back on this, whichever side you choose to go to. In fact, we're actually showing it this way, so with more of a subtle fleur-de-lis design. So totally your option. And this one's a blend. This is a viscose and cotton blend. And numerous basics here, and of great, just classic chenilles. Again, these are all like around $22 a yard. So for upholstery weights, that is an exceptional price point. So I'm going to run through these rather quickly. You'll see here, this is actually a hand-loomed piece here. This one's a little different. Same mill that does Rogers and Goff again. This is woven in Scotland. It is all hand-loomed. And then, yeah, beautiful chevron design. Again, going into a chenille and boucle yarn. And a whole series. We actually have a mill in Brazil that we were working with that we created a lot of these unique weaves. This is our Bulgari. Again, $22 a yard. As we run across here, and they're all just different textures. Matte lissé, so you can see on this one here's a matte lissé. Another gorgeous matte lissé. This upholsters up beautifully. Great neutral in both in the light taupey color and also in our sepia, which is close to a black. And then also coming in here, this is a Duomo. And again, interesting weave where we're pulling in the color. You can see that there's a metallic yarn that's used. You see a lot of it on the back, but on the face you're only getting just a little bit of detail. So it just nicely catches the light. And we have 3 colors on this one here. And again, $22 a yard. You're not going to beat price. This is Medici, and this is an Italian design, and has a Versace look about it. And several colorations here. Again, it's reversible, so you can use front or back on this. If you want more of the black, you have that option, or more of the blue, depending on which color you have there. Same here. And it has a companion that works off of it or works well on its own. It is not reversible, and that is our Milano in this soft little dot design. Probably the most color you're going to find at Dorian Bahr is on some of these. I was on a wild kick that day, I guess, when we were creating colors. Now, this is woven in France, and one of my favorite fabrics from us. It is a lampas weave. And a lampas weave is something that was created centuries ago. It has a major, major detail in how it's woven. You can see the stitch yarns on the back of this. So we have a lot of negative ground on this, so you have this beautiful botanical feel. It's called Provence Color Summer. This actually was in the $200 some range. I think we've brought it down to somewhere in the 70 to 80 range now. So price point is exceptional, but it is woven in France. It's a viscose and cotton blend, but a lampas weave, which no one really has many of them anymore. Clarence House used to do several lampas weaves, but I'm excited to have one in the line. And again, back to basics. This is our wash and wear chenille. And again, we got a little wild on color on this one here. We still sell more of the neutrals than we sell of the color though, but this is 100% poly. It is machine washable, but it does have a hammered yarn to it, which we'll show another one here in just a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about on this. It doesn't have a lot of shine to it, and but it's extremely serviceable. And you'll find with Dorian Bahr lots of beautiful velvets in natural colors. This is a spun polyester. Spun polyester is it's woven in a spinning process, and again, it takes the shine out. What we try to do is we don't want our fabrics, if they are synthetic, to look like a synthetic. So, but you get all the serviceability of polyester, but more the look of a cotton. So 100% spun polyester, and this is our Be Happy Velvet. And we did do some fun colors. We have Kermit and oh, what was the dinosaur called? So anyway, here this was, oh, Barney.